Hi, welcome to our next activity page. And this activity, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in like I have before. So that way it's a lot closer. And we're going to start off with noticing that we have two links up here. If I hover over this link, or click on it a little bit, it takes me to an interactive page. So when I click on it, it goes to this page. Now, does that mean anything to me? No, not really. But if I scroll down, look, I have triangular prism and a rectangular prism. Those are the two that I'm going to concentrate on. I'm not worried about these two because we haven't even talked about those. But down here, it shows you the net of a rectangular prism. It gives you that. If you hit click play, it's going to show you how this net folds up and how these sides all connect together. What does that tell you? Well, it tells me that this length is the same as this length right here. This length is the same as this length right here. If you notice how they come together, what lengths are the same lengths when it unfolds? And what does that mean to you? Well, I'm going to go click back onto this page. When you look at this 3D shape right here, you need to understand what these dimensions are. So for instance, I'm going to go down here. I'm going to drag these dimensions, because I have inches, and I'm going to drag them into here. So let me actually make this just a little bit smaller so you can see. I'm going to drag these numbers into the correct spots. And if you're not sure, you can go back to, whoops, not the pyramid one here, this one. And by playing this, it helps you kind of figure out what goes where. And that's what this site is to help you do. And here's our triangular prism. You can also play that one, and it kind of shows you how it all links together. Wow, that went together a lot faster. So my understanding is this length right here, when it unfolds, is going to be the same as all of these lengths here as it unfolds. So I'm going to take this 20, and I'm going to drag it and drop it right there. It was kind of weird how that happened, right there in that box. So that's 20. And then I need to figure out what the rest of these lengths are. Well, this 20 is the same as this 20, and this is 20, and this is 20. So I know that these two right here, one's going to be 4 and one's going to be 8 3/4. Well, when my box folds up and it all comes together, this side is actually going to connect with these sides over here. And so I know that this 4, and I know that from looking at that video, going back through this video and looking at this and watching how it all folds up together. And that's how, and you can even pause it and you can see that this length, so if this is 20, this is 20, then I know that this right here is going to be that 4. And that's why I gave you that link right here to do that interactive video. So the only other number I have is 8. Oh, here it is, 8 3/4. And that goes there. All right, to figure out the volume of, surface area of my shape, I have to go ahead and I need to figure out the area of all of these. And then I need to, and I'm going to zoom back in, I need to figure out the area of all of them. And then I need to add it up together and put that here. And I did not put a text box in there, so you'll need to click over here and actually add your text box to put your answer. So for instance, I know this is 4 and this is going to be 4. This right here is 8 3/4. This is 8 3/4, which makes this, when it folds up, 8 3/4, and it makes that 8 3/4. So what I would do if I was you is I would make sure that I marked, if I can't figure it out with just these 3 numbers, I marked each one of these individually on a piece of paper or somewhere else if you can't figure out how to do it on the computer. And then you take each one of these and you find the area, and then you put the total area right here. And I'm not going to give you that number because I want you to do that. So what I will tell you is that this 20 is 20 for all of these lines here. This 4 is 4 for all of these lines here. It is also 4 for this line and this line, because let me give you one more hint. So let me give you a quick hint. This section here is the same size as this section here. This section here is the same size as this section here. This section here is the same size as this section here. So you have those different sections. And what I would do is I would color code them so that way I knew. Whoops. Whoops. What am I doing? I thought I was actually color coding. I need to actually make the box. So I would color code them so that way I knew that this section here was the same size as this section here. And so now I can see that they're the same. And then I would go ahead and I would color code my next sections so I know that they're the same. This section here, and I would probably turn it into a different color just so that way I know that it's the same size as this one. So if this one, and then find the area, again we have our table down here. A rectangular parallelogram is area is base times height. So to find the area, it would be base times height. And if I know this one here is the same as this one, all I do is multiply 4 times 8 3/4, which is 8 times, or 8.75. So 4 times 8.75. So let's do that. 4 times 8.75. So 35. I would put 35 here. Whoops, make it smaller so that way I could actually read it. And then I would put 35 here. And I would put the dimensions of all of them in each one of these boxes, and then you add them all up together to get your total surface area. But you need to figure out and match all the different sides, and that's what this link helps you do. It also helps you with your triangular prism or pyramid. So that's what this link does. You just click on this link. It's going to take you to this one, which is the pyramid, and it shows you how it goes together, which, whoops, I paused it, which is kind of, there it goes. And it shows you how it unfolds. So it shows you which sides are going to go where. So here, my length is, excuse me. Okay, so 12 is going to be my bigger side. So let me help you out a little bit here. My longer side, we know is going to be 12. Okay? My shorter side is going to be 8. Which means if my 8 is here, then the 5 1/4 follows the side with 8. So that would be the same as this, because we know that a rectangle, parallel sides are congruent, which they're the same. And so we know this one's going to go over here. And again, you need to go down here to find out how to find the area of a triangle. If you forgot the formula, its area equals 1/2 base times height, or base times height divided by 2. And you would figure out the area of every single one of the triangles. Then you figure out the area for your rectangle. And then you go and you draw your text box. And at that point, you would type in the total, because you're going to add all of your areas up together and put that number here. And that is how you do this sheet. I'm not going to give you the area answer because I want you to figure that out. But if you have any problems, let me know. But I hope you enjoy the interactive links that are with this slide.